I remember exactly 1 year ago, I was sitting at my kitchen table after a 14-hour workday. I was about to have dinner, and then I go to sleep. I hadn't gone to the gym, I hadn't spoken to my friends or family, and I hadn't done anything that I genuinely liked. Nothing. That's it. Nada. Nothing. I had spent the last 14 hours trying to get clients. But then I was lying in my bed and reflecting on my day, because that's something I do all the time. I sit on my bed, I think about stuff that happened that day, just to analyze, see what happened, see what didn't work, and keep improving. And I realized something. How much time had I actually spent on actual work that day? And that's when it hit me. Because I wasn't as productive as I thought I was. Because for the majority of the day, I wasn't really taking action. I wasn't really doing needle-moving activities. The thing I was doing is, I was watching these YouTube videos, these free courses, these courses, and I wasn't really getting the needle forward. I wasn't really building my business. You can't just build your business by watching videos. It's like trying to become a fighter, and you think, okay, I'm gonna watch some tape, I'm gonna watch some videos, and I'm gonna become a good fighter that way. That's something I felt, by the way, too. That's something I used to do back in the day. When I was still going to school, high school and stuff, I was watching these crazy fight scenes from these movies, and I started feeling really good. I was like, oh my god, I can beat everybody. Now. That's the same thing. It's the same thing. And like I said, for the most of the day, I was watching these YouTube videos, I was listening to audiobooks, I was trying to get in as much information as possible, whereas I didn't do almost anything that really moved my business forward. Okay? And if I was truly honest, my work hours for that day were about 2 to 3 hours, maybe less. So I had a 14-hour work day, and only 2 to 3 hours of that was actually productive. And that's the mistake most copywriters make, thinking they're productive. They're like, okay, if I stay in the entire day in my computer and I just feel like I'm doing work, then I'm gonna build my business. Then I'm gonna land clients somehow. It's just about working, right? It's just about hard work. Whereas no, it's not just about hard work. It's about working hard on the right things. And I know that sounds very cliche. I know you've probably heard this a million times, but if you're just working hard, you're never gonna get your business forward. It's the same thing as becoming a fighter, man. If you're just training hard, but you're training on the wrong things, like if you're not hitting the bag, if you're not hitting the pads, if you're not sparring, then you're not gonna improve. If you just go to the gym and you're lifting weights or something, you're not gonna become a better fighter that way. But you're still working hard. Also, let's say you're moving forward, I don't know, something. Let's say you're moving forward the rock or something. Just because it's hard doesn't mean it's efficient. Whereas if you were to use some type of, I don't know, car or something, you could move it forward much faster. Or if you were to pull it with something like a donkey or something, I don't know. Just giving you examples. So it's not just about working hard. It's about working hard on the right things. If you don't have some part of this equation, if you work on the right things but not hard enough, you're not gonna land clients. If you work hard but not on the right things, you're also not gonna land clients. In fact, it's better for you to do, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's better for you to do 30 minutes of work on the right things than 4 hours of work on the wrong things. Just think about it. Just think about what I said for a second. It's better to work for 30 minutes a day on the right things than to work for 4 hours a day on the wrong things. And that's true. Just because you're moving doesn't mean you're moving in the right direction. Let's say you wanted to go to a city and the city was there, and you're moving 30 minutes toward that direction and you're moving 4 hours toward that direction. When are you going to be closer exactly? Does that make sense? If you move 30 minutes towards this place, you're going to be way closer to the destination when you arrive. Whereas if you were to go for 4 hours to this destination, You wouldn't be able to do the same. You wouldn't be able to go very close. In fact, you would go further away. And the same thing happens with copywriting, man. If you're not focusing on the right things, don't expect to land clients. So how many hours do you actually need to land clients? It's actually around 1 to 4 hours a day. That's what my students do. That's what I do, and that's why we're making a lot of money, because we're focusing on the right things. Remember, we're focusing on the right things, and we're not just watching YouTube videos. We're not just consuming courses. We're not just doing all this crap. We're not just reading books all day. No, none of that. It's not about getting more information. It's about taking action on the information you already have. And that's why with my mentorship and stuff, I don't have anything crazy. I don't have videos that are 2 hours long, because they don't help you. These 2 hour long videos, they don't help you most of the time. They just take more space in your mind, if you're asking me, genuinely. I feel like you're going to, if I gave you, for example, a 2 hour course to consume, or a 5 hours course, let's say, then instead of taking action, your subconscious brain would justify consuming that course as being productive, and you wouldn't take action. You would just keep watching the course. Whereas the opposite is true. You need to be taking action. And that's something I tell my students all the time. For example, when somebody joins, I tell them, I have some disclaimers, and I tell them, you're gonna go through this and this, and then you're not gonna go through the rest. You're gonna keep taking action, and then at the end of your day, you're gonna be consuming some of the things I have. That's what I tell them. I don't want them to just go into a consuming rampage where they just keep masturbating and, mental masturbating, thinking they're productive, thinking they're getting closer to those clients when they're not. I want them to land clients as fast as possible. And that's why I don't give them access to everything at once. And I tell them exactly how to move forward when they join. Okay? And I want the same for you. Now, I don't coach you, of course, but I want you to model that framework that I just shared with you. That's what I want you to do. And so, another thing is about the 80 to 100 hour work week is that, are you really that inefficient of a worker that you need to be working 14 hours a day to just land clients? Are you really that inefficient? That's something somebody told me, and when I heard it, I was like, man, something clicked inside of my brain when I heard this. It's like the thing my mentor told me before I joined his mentorship. He was like, how much are you making now? I'm like, I'm making a couple $100 to $1,000 a month. And he's like, do you realize that you're too busy making $500 to $1,000 a month to reach 10K a month? I was like, oh yeah, I get what you mean. And he's right, man. He was right. I was too busy making 1K a month to reach 10K a month, because I was focusing on lower quality activities. I was focusing on 1K per month activities. I was too busy focusing on 1K per month activities to focus on 10K a month activities. Does that make any sense? I know that sounds weird, but that's actually true. If you're not making the income you want, you're too busy making the income you're currently making, or you're not making. If you're not making anything, you're too busy not making anything to make 2 to 3K a month. And if you're making 2 to 3K a month and you want to reach 10K a month, you're too busy making 2 to 3K a month to reach 10K a month. Does that make sense? So yeah, if you don't take action, if you're just consuming content, then bro, just forget about it. You're not gonna land clients. Just stop it already. Stop it, please. There's no way for you to keep outreaching or there's no way for you to just watch videos for 11 hours a day and work for 2 to 3 hours a day, just like I used to do. There's no reason for you. It's better to just take 4 hours of consistent action every single day and get to your destination. Remember, consistency beats intensity. It's not about how intense you outreach for one day, for example. It's about how consistent you are. And I know how simple and I know how cliche that sounds. I know everybody tells you that. But there's a reason why everybody tells you that. Something I've heard about from Alex Hormozy, which I really love, is he said we need to be reminded more than we need to be taught. And it means that we already know what we need to do, and we need to be reminded of that. We don't need new information. Most of the times, new information is actually keeping you from landing clients. Because think about it, you have one system of outreaching, for example. You keep doing that, it kind of works. Then you get some new information, and you're gonna start from scratch again. And it's something you don't want to do. You don't want to be switching systems all the time. And that's why I in my mentorship, I present everything so clear, so that you have one system, you know exactly what you need to do, exactly how much you need to do, and exactly the type of action you need to be taking every single day. So you don't just land clients, but also your copy keeps improving, and yeah, your sales call skills, your client communication skills, and a lot of more stuff. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you today. I hope you got some gems you can instantly apply in your copywriting journey, so you can land clients, make more money, and drop out of your 9 to 5, school, college, whatever. So yeah, if you got some value out of this, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.